Every painting has a story. It could be the story of how the artist spent hours on end staring at the vastness of the Arabian Sea before him and got inspired to paint in ways that were not thought of by anyone before. Or it could be how, after it was painted, a young couple happened to fall in love with it and gave it a home for nearly 6 decades. Call it coincidence, fate, or just serendipity. But the events that transpired and formed this painting's journey were perhaps in the making long before it was ever created. And it starts with the philosopher and spiritual leader Jiddu Krishnamurti. He was a globally recognized figure whose observations and truths are followed even today. His teachings impacted and changed many lives, including the artist of this work, V.S. Gaitonde. And of course, the collectors who came to acquire it, the Mangaldas family.
Well, the painting was acquired when I was 2 years old, but I hear my mother telling me about how her cousin Asit Chanmal was a good friend of Gaitonde. Maybe they met at the JJ School of Art, the grounds where the great philosopher J. Krishnamurti used to hold his talks.
It's also obvious why Gaitonde would have been drawn to the teachings of Krishnamurti, who once said, "To understand the immeasurable, the mind must be extraordinarily quiet and still." To an artist like Gaitonde, whose aesthetic vision was rooted in a deeply meditative sensibility, this would have held immense appeal as a principle for art and life.
So, Asit Bhai called my parents and said, you know, there's this incredible painting, and he insisted that they come to see it at the Bhulabhai Institute in Bombay.
It was the only time they met Gaitonde, who, as was his nature, remained quiet and reclusive throughout that entire exchange. Something about this work drew them in. Perhaps knowingly or unknowingly, they recognized a kindred spirit in Gaitonde and a spiritual kinship in his work.
And since then, it's been part of our home in Ahmedabad. And then later on, after the passing of my father, it came to my home in Delhi. What I remember of is that we had many interesting people coming through our homes. The painting was a silent but an extremely beautiful and powerful spectator of all these happenings in our family, the ups and downs in our lives. It's something that informed our aesthetic landscape while I was growing up in Ahmedabad.
Aditi Mangaldas' relationship with the painting is a different one than those of her parents. A prolific and internationally well-known Kathak dancer, Aditi is recognized for artistry and technique that seamlessly blends the classical form of Kathak with a contemporary dance vocabulary. Aditi's critical approach to the arts and her dance journey has perhaps subconsciously been influenced by a visual exploration of this painting that she grew up with.
Initially, it was this intriguing, beautiful splash of color, an ocean of blues with this incredible red dot and this, I used to often wonder what is that broken black square on the side. And as a child, I remember trying to find my own narratives. When I was exploring my own passion of dance, it intrigued me as to what goes into an artist's mind. What is the transformation, the thought, maybe a sound, maybe a falling leaf, maybe a color, maybe poetry, maybe a word, a concept that's in the artist's head. And how does that transformation happen when suddenly that thought, idea, process, sound, poetry transforms into paint and canvas? And what kind of utter immersion is required to suddenly transform these intangible things into this amazing, tangible and yet mysterious piece of art?
At the time he painted the work, Gaitonde had begun making what he called non-objective paintings. This work is also perhaps among the last few horizontal canvases that he ever painted, as he shifted completely to the vertical format by the end of the decade. Gaitonde's paintings from this period pulsate with an innate lyricism and a sense of mystery. Part of how he achieved this enigmatic atmosphere was through his carefully thought out and planned painting technique. He was experimenting with layering of pigment and manipulation of light and texture. He would build the paint up and scrape it off, and that way he laid layer upon layer of paint with enough stretch of time in between to let it dry. None of it was a mere accident. What Gaitonde was doing was a painstaking exploration and investigation of the process of painting itself to achieve the result what we see today. Here he paints the canvas in tones of blue with darker bands that divide the canvas in halves, both vertically and horizontally. He alternates light-filled swatches of blue with darker forms that seem to blur and fade at the edges, as though seen from a distance, reminding us of a body of water, perhaps the Arabian Sea, that he could see from the Bulwai Desai Institute. And finally, that vivid red dot, which hovers to the right and poses as a counterpoint to the nuanced forms and shapes on the other side. Critics have said that Gaitonde equated the circle with silence and the dot with Zen, a philosophy that dictated much of who he was. His engagement with Zen helped him understand nature, and it shows in his early explorations of abstraction, such as this work. And with it comes a sense of tranquility and calm.
It has given us joy. And then when it moves on, as it should, change being the only constant, that it enriches the life, the home, wherever it goes.